Story problems can be tricky. We really need to look at what is being asked, and we need to read carefully. Let's look at this one. Jenna picked 6 apples from one tree and 7 apples from another tree. How many apples did she pick? So we know we're trying to figure out how many apples she picked. And we know that the important information that we need to pay attention to are 6 apples from one tree and 7 apples from another tree. Now, we've been doing lots of multiplication and division. So we could guess and check and see if 6 times 7 would work. Or 6 divided by 7, but that doesn't even make sense because if I have 6, I can't divide it into 7 groups. But let's try to really understand what's being asked in this problem. And let's use my favorite strategy, which is draw a picture. Jenna picked 6 apples from one tree. So here's our one tree. And she picked 6 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's her 6 apples. And then she picked 7 apples from another tree. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So when I'm looking at this, there aren't equal groups here. I don't think I'm going to use multiplication. I don't think this is the right strategy for this problem. What I see is that I have 6 apples here and 7 apples here. How many apples did Jenna pick? She picked 13 apples. Sometimes just drawing a picture helps you see what's going on in the problem. Let's look at this one. Jeff picked apples from 6 trees. He picked 7 apples from each tree. How many apples did he pick? So we're still trying to figure out how many apples were picked. This time we're talking about Jeff. The important numbers are still 6 and 7. So maybe I'm going to use 6 times 7. We know that 6 divided by 7 isn't going to work. 7 divided by 6 wouldn't work either. But let's draw a picture to help us figure out what's going on in the problem. So Jeff picked apples from 6 trees. So I know this time I need 6 trees. That's a lot of trees. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Jeff picked apples from 6 trees. He picked 7 apples from each tree. Do you see this word each right here? This is telling me that I'm going to use this repeated addition because there are 6 apples in each of these trees. I'm sorry, there are 7 apples in each of these trees. Are you counting along with me? There's a lot of apples. Whew, that's a lot of apples. There are 7 apples at this tree, plus 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 7 apples at this tree, and 7 apples at this tree. That's a lot of 7s to count. But I know that 7 times 5, if I group all those together, I know that that's 35. And then I just have to add 7 more. So 35 plus 7 is equal to 42. Six groups of 7 is equal to 42 apples. Jeff picked 42 apples.